Okay. I guess the first question that I really am most curious about is why is there such an investment by various movie or theater companies in Austin? We're only the 70th market in the United States, but the number of movie theaters certainly don't reflect that kind of status.
Well, you might be the 70th market by certain measures, Roy, but there are certain towns, certain markets in the United States that are known as good movie-going towns, and Austin is one of them. I'd say it's one of the top 5 movie-going towns in the country. Seattle is a good one. Rochester, New York is another one. Indianapolis is another one, and Austin fits right up there. And that's really the reason we've come into this market as strongly as we have with our Barton Theater and this Highland Theater and the 2 that'll be open for summer of '89. It's just a terrific market.
That's quite an investment, and that's more than just an investment of our past track record. There also must be some indications that for you that Austin is going to continue to grow and continue to be a good movie town.
You're right. You've anticipated our business strategy. We think that the entire market in the state of Texas and the southwest region is very, very strong. We think issues of the price of oil or the price of gas are momentary things. When we build a theater, we typically, with the landlord, will take a 20-year lease for the property and then another 20 years of options. And we don't make a decision based on the economy or at the moment or what the unemployment rate is expected to be for the next 2 years, but rather whether we think that the overall demographics of the marketplace are strong and there's a good base. And we feel that way about Austin.
There are movie screens, and then there are movie theaters. The investment that General Cinema has made in Austin are for the top-end kind of screens. This particular theater has 3 THX screens. Mm-hmm. Again, why? Is it because of the competition in the market?
Sure, it's competition related, but we have always felt that our philosophy is that our competition is ourselves in terms of providing the best possible quality entertainment to the patrons. Patrons in Austin, because of past experience, are discriminating, and we want to provide that kind of quality presentation for them. And you have made a proper distinction between a movie screen, 8 screens, shoeboxes or shooting galleries as they've been called, and the quality kinds of theaters that are prevalent here in this market. And there are other good screens, obviously, in this market. We'd like to think this is as good as any, but there are other good ones, too.
What does this particular movie theater reflect in terms of what you now know the audience wants as far as creature comforts in terms of screen size, seating size, etc.? Is this the state-of-the-art movie theater?
We believe it is. We've tried very much from the moment that the patron would enter into the theater itself or into the lobby, that they would feel a part of the theatrical environment. As you notice, our lobbies tend to be more theatrical. There's accent lighting, spot lighting. There's use of the title art from whatever the film might be. We carry that through in the theme. The seats are more comfortable. They're more spacious. We've returned to curtains. The latest in sound technology, both the Dolby and Kintec systems as well as the Lucas THX system, are all prevalent here.
There is a decided move away from people going to the movie theaters, although the box office revenues don't indicate this. But generally the trend is people are renting video cassettes, waiting for movies to come out in video cassettes. How do you battle this as a movie theater owner?
Right. I'd like to take slight issue with what you're saying. The number of patrons attending first-run movie theaters in the United States hasn't really changed much over the past 10 years. It runs between 1.2 and 1.4 billion admissions, and that in the face of the video cassette boom. About 4 years ago, we did a rather significant for us, piece of market research. We interviewed or questionnaire over 50,000 randomly selected patrons of our theaters and asked them about their movie-going habits and about their video cassette usage and ownership of VCRs and so forth. And what we found out was that the avid moviegoer, those people who attend movies 10, 12, 14, 20 times a year, didn't change their movie-going habit. What we did find out is those people who weren't going to the movies very much, adults, say, over the age of 30 who had less leisure time, and this is a leisure time activity that we have here, they were the ones who had the greatest increase in the videocassette activity. And so what we see in terms of these great numbers, and I'm delighted by them because what these videocassette sales and rentals have meant there's more money available to pour back into the initial production of films, and so the cycle comes round again. We found that our research showed that it was really people who hadn't been moviegoers to begin with, our very frequent moviegoers, who were where the great activity was. And that led us to go forward. We are now in the third year of a 5-year building program. General Cinema is going to be spending $200 million in investment in new theaters. For example, when we began this program in 1984, and it will really be going into 1990, early 1991, I say 5 years, a little more than 75% of our screens, and we will have by that time a little more than 1,800 screens, will be new or remodeled since 1984. So it's a real evolution, or almost revolutionary activity for our company. That's how strongly we believe in the theatrical exhibition business.
That's what they call an out cue.
Our theater carpeting really is the kind of thing that comes from, and he said, and he jumped to his left.
You really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have to congratulate you because this is really a magnificent theater, and I'm curious on the size, how you pick the proper size. Is that dependent upon the market? Or?
It is. You want to have I think we've got 3 houses here that have the curtains and the THX and the 70 millimeter. You need what are called presentation houses, so you are able to play the big picture when it comes out. You need a couple of mid-size auditoriums that have, so that you can play pictures like, take a Cocoon,
Okay.
which was an okay picture, but was never a
Big
picture. Yeah.
Not a Die Hard or a...
Precisely, yeah. Where you really, seeing a Die Hard on a small screen isn't the way to see that. To see an Indiana Jones, you have to have a big...
They call reporter involvement.
One more shot. Thank you. I might survive that shot.
Pre-planned.
Meanwhile, the workmen came through. Think of it as your own. Okay.